So Pakistan's opening game against of again in the Asia Cup against Nepal has been going pretty well according to plan. I mean, they put up over 340 odd runs in the first innings itself, and well, they seem to be in a good position to have won the match. But unfortunately, there has been a bit of a problem for the Pakistan cricket team. Shaheen Shah Afridi, one of their key pace bowlers, arguably one of the spearheads of that bowling lineup with the new ball, their leader. Well, he has suffered a bit of an injury scare and he is now off the field as we speak. So, in case you're wondering what had happened, towards the end of the 10th over, Shaheen Shah Afridi was in fact seen speaking to the Pakistan team physio. And that in itself was a little bit of a concerning sign because he did seem to be in a little bit of grief. And what was worse was that the commentators were talking about the fact that if he's speaking to the physio, then it's probably not the best of signs. Maybe, just maybe, they need to be a little precautious, take some precautions with him, ensure that they are not actually risking him. And right after that, right on cue to after the end of the 10th over, Shaheen Shah Afridi walks off the field. Mohammad Haris comes in as the fielding sub for Shaheen Shah Afridi. Shaheen has already bowled a few overs. He's bowled 5 overs already. He's got you a couple of wickets as well. So it's not as if he's not made an impact in the game already. But the worry with Shaheen in recent times especially has been how fit can he stay. And I mean, you'd remember that even last year in the 2000 in the T20 World Cup, you'd remember he was not fit before the tournament. He ended up traveling for the Asia Cup as a reserve player, and thereafter he got back his fitness, but through the tournament looked majorly undercooked, and then come the final ended up breaking down. Many Pakistan fans would argue with some justification that him not being able to bowl his quota of overs in that final ended up hurting them as England went on to lift the trophy. Now, they don't want a similar situation to happen this time around as well, which does explain why it is they are being this precautious. Because I mean, if they are to do with him, it will be a big blow, not just for the Asia Cup but potentially also for the World Cup as well. That is the big problem. The problem is that you don't want that this small injury, he ends up kind of bowling through, playing through the pain, and then that becomes something bad. We've seen that happen with the Indian team in the past as well. Jasprit Bumrah, you'd remember what happened last year. He was out for a few months, came back for that Australia series, ended up worsening the injury really. Later on, it was admitted that he was pretty much rushed back, and well, you saw what happened after that. You had to do without Jasprit Bumrah for 11 months. Pakistan would no doubt want to be just as cautious with Shaheen Shah Afridi. So he's off the field right now. Mohammad Haris has come on in his place, and they have brought on, of course, Haris Rauf, who normally does bowl. In the middle overs once there's not much swing, because obviously he's more of a hit the deck kind of a bowler. So plenty of you joining us right now. Just to repeat my point, the breaking news update, the big news update, there has been a bit of an injury scare for Shaheen Shah Afridi. You heard that right. Shaheen Shah Afridi, who will of course be a key part of that Pakistan bowling lineup, arguably the spearhead of that bowling lineup, someone who gets them wickets up front, gets that swing, and especially so the kind of pace that he can get. Very, very important bowler. I mean, no one would know that better than Indian fans. He pretty much wrecked the team single-handedly in the 2021 T20 World Cup's opening game. So he's someone who obviously a lot of Indian fans as well would be keeping an eye out on. And obviously if you're a Pakistan fan, you'd be hoping that he gets his fitness back instantly, and that this scare is nothing more than just that. It's just a scare, and that taking him off the field after 10 overs were bowled against Nepal is indeed nothing more than a precautionary measure and nothing beyond that. Because if you don't have Shaheen Shah Afridi, then it's very much a similar situation as to what happened in 2022, wherein you were constantly sweating over his fitness, his availability. He was taken to the Asia Cup, but as a reserve player. And then unfortunately he did manage to get his fitness back by the time it was time for the World Cup. But due to the fact that he was coming in undercooked badly, more often than not was not bowling at his best. He did get better as the tournament went along, but then suffered another injury problem in that final. You remember he had to go off the field, couldn't complete his quota, and many would argue that that was one of the key reasons why Pakistan actually ended up losing the match. Now, that's not to say that if Shaheen Shah Afridi was bowling that they'd have won the match anyway, but they would have at least been in with something of a fighting chance, because again, that was a low scoring match. Wicket here, a wicket there could have swung things, and Shaheen is that kind of a bowler. So it's a bit of a blow really if you're a Pakistan fan. Shaheen Shah Afridi walking off the field. Mohammad Haris has come on to field in place of him, and it did seem like he was in a bit of discomfort because towards the end of the 10th over, he was in fact, speaking to the Pakistan team physio. He didn't really look very happy, Shaheen, that is, and it did seem like him walking off the field at that point was just going to be a mere formality. Sure enough, as the over came to an end, Shaheen signaled that yeah, he'd need to be subbed off. So he has been subbed off. Is it precautionary? Is it something that could turn out to be something worse? We don't know yet. What we know is that he has suffered a bit of an injury scare, and really not the ideal time at all if you're a Pakistan fan. You have the Asia Cup coming up, and then after that, I don't think they have too many series, if I'm not wrong, that they're playing. How many series, if any, are they playing?
No.
They're not. So it's Asia Cup and World Cup straight up. So if you're a Pakistan fan, worry some signs, because again, you have one match after this against India. Potentially, then you have the Super Fours, 3 matches. If you make it to the final, then an extra match. So 5 matches after this. And that's really it as far as your World Cup preparation is concerned. You do not want to be undergoing that preparation with that sword hanging over your head as far as the fitness of Shaheen Shah Afridi is concerned. You don't want him to be, fighting for his fitness or coming into the World Cup undercooked, because again, don't forget, this is an ODI World Cup year. It won't in fact be, that easy to get back into rhythm. It's about bowling 10 overs, not 4 overs. So let's see the breaking news update though one more time. Shaheen Shah Afridi gets an injury scare. He's walked off the field, currently not fielding in that first Asia Cup game, which Pakistan are cruising to against Nepal. So that's the breaking news update. This does seem to feel like something that will be a developing story. So stay tuned to Sports Today. We'll be bringing you more updates on that as and when it happens. Of course, if you have to do that, you'll have to subscribe to the channel as well. And if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like it, share it with your friends, leave us a comment as well. Do you think that this could be something that would cause Pakistan a lot of issues? Let us know that in the comments. Also, don't forget, follow us across social media platforms. We're on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook as well. And don't forget to download the fourth SportsTech app as well. For now, though, from my side, it is bye-bye, but stay tuned. Plenty more coming your way.